Hi Sam. How are you today?
I'm good, Alex. Excited to learn something new. What's our word for today?
Today we're learning the verb,
achten,
which means to pay attention.
Oh, that sounds useful. Are there other meanings too?
Yes, there are a couple of meanings. Besides,
to pay attention,
it can also mean
to respect, to heed,
the most common usage is definitely.
to pay attention,
Just be careful with false friends, it might sound like,
to act,
but that's not the case here.
Got it. Can you tell me how to use?
Achten.
In different forms.
Sure. First, let's look at the present tense. You would say,
ich achte, du achtest,
and
sie es achtet.
in the past tense, it becomes.
Ich achtete,
For the perfect, you say,
ich habe geachtet.
and if you want to give a command, you can say,
Achte darauf.
which means,
Pay attention to that.
So, if I wanted to say,
I paid attention.
I would say,
Ich habe geachtet.
exactly. That's perfect.
I'm curious, where does the word
Achten.
come from?
Great question. The word
Achten,
comes from Old High German,
ATN.
which relates to attention and consideration. Over time, it evolved into the modern German we use today. It's interesting to see how the meaning has remained quite similar throughout the years.
That is fascinating. So, it has a long history.
Yes, it does. Now, let's break down the word.
Achten,
The root is,
acht.
which relates to attention. The prefix doesn't change the meaning much but adds a sense of direction or focus to the verb. Unlike some compound words, this one can't be split further, but it's simple enough on its own.
That makes sense.
Now let's think about similar words. Words with the same prefix include,
Anpassen,
which means,
to adjust.
and,
Aufpassen,
meaning,
to watch out.
with the same root.
Acht,
We have,
Achtung,
which means,
Attention,
and,
achtsam,
Meaning:
mindful,
Achtung.
Is a noun.
yes, exactly. Now, let's think of words with the same suffix. An example would be
Verachtung,
meaning,
contempt,
which comes from
achten,
2.
Wow, that's a lot of connections.
It really is. Now, let's practice speaking a bit. Imagine you are in a meeting at work. You could say,
Ich achte auf die Präsentation.
which means,
I pay attention to the presentation.
can you try that?
Ich achte auf die Präsentation.
Perfect. Now, let's say you're at the doctor's office. You might say,
Ich achte auf meine Gesundheit.
meaning,
I pay attention to my health.
Ich achte auf meine Gesundheit.
excellent. Lastly, let's say you're traveling. You might say,
Achte auf die Verkehrsschilder.
which means,
Pay attention to the traffic signs.
Achte auf die Verkehrsschilder.
awesome. Now, to remember the gender for nouns related to,
Achten,
remember that
Achtung,
is feminine, so it uses.
die,
A hint is that it ends in, which typically indicates a feminine noun.
That's helpful.
As for usage,
achten,
is generally informal. Some typical collocations include
auf etwas achten,
which means
to pay attention to something,
and
achten auf die Regeln,
meaning
to pay attention to the rules.
just be careful not to confuse it with
Handeln,
which means
to act.
I'll keep that in mind.
let's look at a few example sentences. For instance,
Achtet immer auf seine Worte.
translates to
He always pays attention to his words.
Okay, I get that.
another one is
Ich habe nicht auf die Zeit geachtet.
meaning
I didn't pay attention to the time.
That's a useful one.
how about this one?
Achte darauf, dass du rechtzeitig kommst.
Which means
Make sure to come on time.
Oh, I like that command.
and here's another.
Sie achtete auf die Details.
Meaning
She paid attention to the details.
Those are all great sentences.
now, let's do a quick recall check. What does
Achten,
mean?
It means
To pay attention.
Correct. What's the perfect form?
Ich habe geachtet.
Good job. Can you give me a command using?
Achten.
Achte darauf.
Right again. What's the past tense?
Ich achtete.
Exactly. And lastly, what gender is?
Achtung.
It's feminine, so it's
Die.
Fantastic. You did really well today. Remember that
Achten.
is all about paying attention, whether in conversations, at work, or in daily life.
Thanks, Alex. I learned a lot today.
I'm glad to hear that. Keep practicing, and you'll master it in no time.